Top 6 seeds that lower creatinine and improve kidney function. Are you or someone you love worried about rising creatinine levels or declining kidney function? What if the solution isn't just in medications, but in simple, natural foods you might already have in your kitchen? In today's video, we're uncovering the top 6 seeds that can help lower creatinine and improve kidney function. And number 6 will definitely surprise you. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Kidnease for more natural kidney health tips and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. So, without any delay, let's begin with number 1 on our list, flax seeds. You've probably seen these tiny brown or golden seeds sprinkled over smoothies, baked into trendy health snacks, or sitting quietly in the superfood section of your grocery store. But here's the real question. Can something so small actually make a difference to your kidneys? The answer is a powerful yes. And not just in one way, flax seeds support your kidneys on multiple levels. But how exactly? Let's dive into it. The first thing that makes flax seeds stand out is their rich content of alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. This is a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid with proven anti-inflammatory properties. And when it comes to kidney health, inflammation is one of the most critical things to address. You see, inflammation is your body's natural response to injury or stress, like high blood sugar, toxins, or even poor diet. In the short term, that response is protective. But when it becomes chronic, it turns destructive. Instead of healing, it starts damaging healthy tissues, and the kidneys, with their fine network of filters and blood vessels, are especially sensitive. Over time, this constant low-grade inflammation contributes to scarring, reduced kidney function, and an increase in creatinine levels. But the story doesn't end there. Flax seeds are also one of the richest dietary sources of lignans, powerful plant compounds that act as antioxidants. These help fight oxidative stress, which is another major driver of kidney damage, like inflammation. Oxidative stress occurs when there's an overload of harmful molecules called free radicals that outnumber the antioxidants in your body. This imbalance wears down cells, accelerates aging, and contributes to the progressive breakdown of kidney tissue. So by regularly including flax seeds in your diet, you're actively feeding your body natural compounds that reduce inflammation, neutralize oxidative stress, and create a protective environment for your kidneys. Now, let's talk about protein metabolism, something you might already be familiar with if you've heard terms like proteinuria from your doctor. Proteinuria refers to excess protein leaking into your urine, which often signals kidney damage. Research suggests that flax seeds may help reduce this protein leakage, which can take some of the burden off compromised kidneys and help slow further damage. Next, we need to address minerals, particularly potassium, phosphorus, and magnesium. These minerals are essential for health, and when the kidneys are healthy, they regulate and eliminate these minerals with ease. But when kidney function declines, they struggle to keep up. This leads to a buildup of minerals in the blood, and that buildup can have serious consequences. Elevated potassium can interfere with heart rhythm, excessive phosphorus can weaken bones and calcify blood vessels, and unregulated magnesium can affect muscle function and the nervous system. That is why monitoring mineral intake is crucial. For individuals with chronic kidney disease, the daily limits are typically around 2,000 to 2,500 milligrams for potassium and about 800 to 1,000 milligrams for phosphorus. 1 tablespoon of flax seeds contains just 57 milligrams of potassium and 47 milligrams of phosphorus, which is very low and makes flax seeds safe for most kidney patients. They also provide about 27 milligrams of magnesium per tablespoon, a moderate, helpful dose that supports cardiovascular health without overwhelming the kidneys. Now let's talk about something that is both a cause and a consequence of kidney damage: high blood pressure. In fact, in the United States, high blood pressure is the second leading cause of kidney failure, right after diabetes. Damaged kidneys can raise blood pressure, and in return, elevated blood pressure puts even more strain on the kidneys, creating a dangerous feedback loop. The good news? Studies show that regular flaxseed intake can reduce both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. That means better circulation, reduced vascular strain, and less pressure on your kidneys. And if you're managing diabetes, flax seeds have something to offer there as well. Diabetes is also one of the leading causes of kidney failure in the US, primarily because high blood sugar damages the delicate blood vessels in the kidneys. Flax seeds can help improve insulin sensitivity and lower HbA1c, which is the key marker of long-term blood sugar control. That translates to more stable glucose levels, less inflammation, and slower progression of kidney disease. Now, how much flaxseed should you actually eat? The ideal range is 1 to 2 tablespoons per day. But here's something important. Always go with ground flax seeds, not whole. Whole flax seeds are hard to digest and often pass through the body unused. Ground flaxseed is easier to absorb and allows you to get the full benefits. You can stir it into smoothies, sprinkle it on oatmeal, mix it into soups, or even bake it into low-sodium, kidney-friendly snacks. If you're buying ground flaxseed, make sure to store it in an airtight jar in the refrigerator. This protects the delicate oils inside from turning rancid. And if you're new to flax seeds, start slowly, maybe with half a tablespoon, to see how your digestive system reacts. Some people may experience mild bloating or gas at first. Also, flax seeds contain phytoestrogens, which have a mild hormone-like effect. So if you have a hormone-sensitive condition, it's always best to check with your healthcare provider before making it a daily habit. All right, now that we've uncovered all the amazing benefits of flax seeds, it's time to move on to another tiny but mighty seed that's been stealing the spotlight lately. Think about a seed that's packed with fiber, soaks up water like a little sponge, and is loaded with omega-3s to fight inflammation. Ring any bells? Yes, you guessed it. We're talking about chia seeds. Chia seeds have become a favorite in health circles for good reason. Like flax seeds, they bring some powerful nutrients to the table that can support your kidneys. But they also have their own unique perks. For starters, chia seeds are fiber powerhouses. Why does that matter? Well, fiber helps keep your blood sugar steady and your cholesterol in check, both super important for kidney health. When blood sugar spikes or cholesterol gets too high, it puts extra pressure on your kidneys, making things worse over time. So by helping manage those, chia seeds give your kidneys a bit of a breather. Next, we've talked a lot about inflammation already, how your body's natural defense system can sometimes go overboard and start damaging healthy kidney tissue. Chia seeds come packed with alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA, that's a plant-based omega-3 that calms down inflammation and protects those tiny filters in your kidneys. Now, here's something really cool about chia seeds. They're hydrophilic, which means they absorb water and swell up into a gel. Now, why should you care? Well, staying hydrated is essential for healthy kidneys, and this gel helps lock in moisture, making hydration easier. It's like giving your kidneys a little boost from the inside. If you're finding this helpful so far, give this video a quick like. It really helps us reach more people who need this information. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of their mineral content. 1 tablespoon of chia seeds has about 58 milligrams of potassium, which is low and safe for most people with kidney issues. Phosphorus is a bit higher at 95 milligrams, which is moderate. So if you have more advanced kidney disease, especially stage 3 or beyond, it's smart to keep chia seed intake to about 1 tablespoon a day to avoid phosphorus overload. Magnesium comes in at about 40 milligrams per tablespoon, which helps keep your blood pressure in check and supports overall metabolism. Speaking of blood pressure, this is huge. High blood pressure is one of the leading causes of kidney failure in the US, second only to diabetes. These two conditions often go hand in hand with kidney problems. It's like a vicious cycle. Luckily, chia seeds help here too. Their fiber slows down digestion so your blood sugar doesn't spike after meals, keeping things smooth and steady. Plus, they help your blood vessels relax and work better, which lowers blood pressure and takes stress off your kidneys. So, how do you eat chia seeds? The best way is to soak them in water or almond milk for at least 10 to 15 minutes until they turn into a gel. This not only makes them easier to digest, but also unlocks their full benefits. You can mix this gel into overnight oats, smoothies, or even kidney-friendly muffins. The options are endless. When buying chia seeds, stick to whole seeds. They come in black or white, but nutrition-wise, they're pretty much the same. Store them in a cool, dry place in an airtight container to keep them fresh. However, here's one last heads up. Because chia seeds are so high in fiber, if you don't drink enough water with them, they can cause constipation or bloating. So drink up. And if you're allergic to sesame seeds, watch out. Some people can react to chia seeds too, although it's rare. All right, let's keep the momentum going. And now here's one that might catch you by surprise, especially if you thought it only belonged in Halloween decorations or fall desserts. This next seed is crunchy, flavorful, and packed with kidney-friendly nutrients. But with one important caveat. Can you guess it? Yes, we're talking about pumpkin seeds, or as you'll often see them labeled, pepitas. If you think I truly provided a hope for your lasting relief, please type 1 in the comments or type 0 if you want me to improve, because I want to keep improving for you. Now, these little green seeds are far more than just a seasonal snack. When eaten in the right amount, they can offer serious support to your kidneys, especially because they're loaded with antioxidants, healthy fats, and minerals that play a role in protecting kidney function. But let's unpack that a little further. First off, pumpkin seeds are a rich source of antioxidants and zinc, two key players in helping the body fight against oxidative stress. If you remember from earlier, oxidative stress damages tissues over time, and your kidneys are especially vulnerable to that kind of long-term damage. Antioxidants work like a cleanup crew, helping to neutralize those harmful molecules before they can do more harm. Zinc, meanwhile, supports the immune system and may help reduce the frequency of infections, which is an added bonus for people with compromised kidney function. But that's not all. They also happen to be one of the most magnesium-rich seeds you can eat. Just 1 tablespoon gives you around 90 milligrams of magnesium, a powerful mineral that, as we touched on earlier, plays a role in blood vessel relaxation and metabolic balance. In fact, the magnesium content is one of the reasons pumpkin seeds have been linked to better blood pressure control and reduced strain on the cardiovascular system. But here's something most people don't know. Pumpkin seeds might also help reduce the risk of kidney stone formation. That's because they have an alkalizing effect in the body, which helps reduce the acidity of urine. And when your urine is less acidic, it's harder for stones to form and grow. For anyone who has dealt with the pain and complications of kidney stones, that alone is a reason to take notice. Of course, we also need to consider the mineral content, especially for those already living with kidney disease. Pumpkin seeds contain about 75 milligrams of potassium and 100 milligrams of phosphorus per tablespoon. While the potassium is relatively low, the phosphorus is on the moderate to high side. And as we discussed earlier, impaired kidneys struggle to filter out excess phosphorus, which means even nutritious foods like this need to be enjoyed in careful portions. So what does that mean practically? If you're in the earlier stages of chronic kidney disease, a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds 2 to 3 times a week can be a great addition to your diet. But if you're in stage 3 or beyond, it's best to stick to that 1 tablespoon max and not every day, especially if you're already monitoring your phosphorus intake closely. As for how to enjoy them, keep it simple and smart. Choose dry roasted, unsalted pumpkin seeds to avoid any hidden sodium. You can sprinkle them over a soup for crunch, toss them into a kidney-safe trail mix, or blend them into homemade granola bars. Their slightly nutty flavor works beautifully in both sweet and savory recipes. When buying, look for raw or dry roasted versions that don't contain added oils or preservatives. And once you bring them home, keep them in a sealed container in a cool, dry place. Or pop them in the fridge to extend their shelf life and preserve the healthy fats. Now, a quick word of caution. Pumpkin seeds are high in fat. Healthy fat, yes, but still dense. Eating too many can sometimes lead to digestive discomfort, like gas or cramping, especially if your gut is sensitive. And for those on strict low phosphorus diets, these seeds may not be the best fit without a green light from your healthcare provider. So while pumpkin seeds can be a fantastic kidney-supportive snack, they're a great example of nutrient-rich but portion-wise. Used thoughtfully, they can fit beautifully into a kidney-conscious lifestyle. Now, we want to hear from you. Are pumpkin seeds already part of your diet, or is this the first time you're learning about their benefits? Maybe you have a unique way of using them in your meals, or a question you've been wondering about. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it with the community in the comments below. Your tip or story might help someone else on their kidney health journey. And who knows, we just might feature your comment in one of our upcoming videos. All right, moving along, we've covered seeds that are soft, crunchy, even a little chewy. But what about something that brings a subtle nutty flavor and a surprisingly powerful nutritional punch? Think tiny, think ancient, and think about that little garnish often sprinkled on sushi or stir-fry. Yes, you guessed it, we're talking about sesame seeds. These tiny seeds have been used for centuries in traditional medicine, and modern research is catching up fast. At first glance, they might not seem like kidney-supportive powerhouses, but dig a little deeper, and you'll see just how much they bring to the table. One of the biggest reasons sesame seeds stand out is their content of two special antioxidants, sesamin and sesamol. These compounds have been shown to protect cells from oxidative stress, and as we've touched on earlier, oxidative stress is a major player in kidney damage. When free radicals overwhelm your body's defenses, they can damage kidney tissues, especially when paired with chronic inflammation or high blood sugar. But here's the good news. The antioxidants in sesame seeds help neutralize those harmful effects before they do long-term damage. But that's not all. Sesame seeds also support the health of your blood vessels, a big deal when you consider that healthy kidneys depend on good blood flow. When your blood vessels are strong and flexible, your kidneys get the oxygen and nutrients they need to function efficiently. This is especially important if you're dealing with high blood pressure, since poor vessel health only makes that worse. Now, let's take a quick look at the numbers. 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds contains about 42 milligrams of potassium and 61 milligrams of phosphorus, both very manageable, especially if you have early to mid-stage kidney disease. That makes them a safe choice in moderation. Plus, you get a nice dose of magnesium, around 32 milligrams, which, as we mentioned earlier, plays a valuable role in blood pressure control and overall metabolic balance. And yes, sesame seeds can have a positive impact on both blood pressure and blood sugar levels. Some studies show they may help reduce systolic blood pressure, that's the top number, and they may even have mild blood glucose lowering effects. Again, we're not talking about miracle levels here, but small consistent improvements that add up over time. So how much should you be using? 1 tablespoon a day is all you need to tap into their benefits. You can toast them lightly and sprinkle them over salads, stir them into sautéed veggies, or even use them in small amounts of tahini. Just watch your portions if you're trying to manage phosphorus closely. Sesame oil can also be a flavorful touch, especially if you're working with low-sodium recipes. When buying sesame seeds, go for the hulled variety if you're watching phosphorus, and be sure to store them in an airtight container in a cool, dry place to keep their oils fresh. And just a quick word of caution, sesame is a common allergen, so if you've ever had a reaction to sesame products, steer clear. Also, like any seed, they're calorie-dense, so moderation is key if you're watching your weight. Now we want to hear from you. Do you use sesame seeds in your meals? Maybe in a homemade tahini sauce, or as a topper for roasted vegetables? Drop your favourite ways to enjoy them down in the comments. Now that we've covered some familiar names, let's shift gears to something that might be sitting quietly in your spice rack. Often overlooked, but incredibly powerful. We're talking about a seed that's been praised for centuries in traditional healing systems, from Ayurveda to Unani medicine. It's black, tiny, and packed with ancient wisdom. Can you guess it? That's right, we're talking about nigella seeds, also known as black cumin or kalonji. Now, you might be wondering, how can a teaspoon of black seeds possibly impact your kidneys? The answer lies in one fascinating compound found at the heart of these seeds, thymoquinone. This natural bioactive compound has been shown in multiple studies to have anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and even nephroprotective properties. And remember what we discussed earlier about inflammation and oxidative stress being the silent saboteurs of kidney health. This is where thymoquinone steps in. It helps calm that inflammatory storm and protects your kidneys from further injury, acting almost like a shield against daily damage. What's more impressive? Several animal studies and even early-stage human research suggest that black cumin may actually help lower levels of creatinine and urea, two of the key markers of kidney function. That's a big deal, especially when you consider how rare it is for a food or herb to directly impact these numbers. While we still need more large-scale clinical studies, the evidence so far is incredibly promising. Looking at its nutritional profile, nigella seeds are light but mighty. 1 teaspoon gives you only about 30 milligrams of potassium, that's very low, and negligible amounts of phosphorus. So if you're watching those levels due to CKD, you're in the clear. Plus, with only about 10 calories per teaspoon, it's an easy addition without pushing your daily intake too far. But nigella seeds aren't just kidney-friendly. They've also shown strong results in managing blood pressure and blood sugar. Some studies suggest they can reduce systolic and diastolic blood pressure, something that makes a real difference for people battling hypertension, which, as we've said, is both a cause and a consequence of kidney disease. And when it comes to diabetes, nigella seeds may help lower blood glucose and even HbA1c, the long-term marker of sugar control. That's another win for your kidneys, as stable blood sugar helps slow the progression of kidney damage. So, how do you actually use them? You do not need much. Just half to 1 teaspoon per day is enough to harness their benefits. You can sprinkle them over naan, add them to curries or soups, or even brew them into a warm herbal tea. Some people also take them in capsule form, usually around 500 milligrams per day, especially if they prefer supplements over food-based intake. When buying, look for whole nigella seeds at your local Indian or Middle Eastern market, or order online from a trusted source. Store them in a cool, dry jar to preserve their potency. Just one quick note, nigella seeds may have a mild blood-thinning effect, so if you're on anticoagulant medications or preparing for surgery, it's best to check with your healthcare provider. And if you're pregnant, high doses are not recommended, so moderation is key. And now, the last one on our list might just surprise you. It's not as widely talked about as some of the other seeds we've covered, but watermelon seeds deserve a special mention because of their unique benefits for kidney health. You might usually think of them as something to spit out when you're enjoying a juicy slice of watermelon, but these tiny seeds pack quite a punch when it comes to supporting your kidneys. So let's take a closer look at why watermelon seeds could be a smart addition to your kidney-friendly diet. First up, watermelon seeds have natural diuretic properties. Now, you might wonder, what exactly does that mean? In simple terms, diuretics help your body produce more urine, which encourages your kidneys to flush out excess fluids, creatinine, and toxins more effectively. This is a crucial process because healthy kidneys work like filters, cleaning your blood by removing waste and excess substances through urine. By promoting better urine flow, watermelon seeds can assist your kidneys in this detoxification process. Looking deeper into their nutrition, 1 tablespoon of roasted watermelon seeds contains about 56 milligrams of potassium, 60 milligrams of phosphorus, and 21 milligrams of magnesium. These minerals are vital to discuss because, as we've mentioned earlier, people with kidney issues often need to watch their intake of potassium and phosphorus closely. The good news is that watermelon seeds are relatively low in potassium and moderate in phosphorus, which means they can be enjoyed safely by most kidney patients, provided the portions are controlled. However, it's important to note, though, that watermelon seeds should be consumed in small quantities, especially if you have any fluid restrictions. Why? Because their diuretic effect can increase urine output, which is generally a good thing for flushing out toxins, but not ideal if your doctor has advised you to limit your fluid intake due to advanced kidney disease. So, always check with your healthcare provider to make sure this fits your individual needs. Besides supporting kidney function, watermelon seeds also offer some mild support for blood pressure. Their diuretic nature helps reduce excess fluid in the body, which can lower blood pressure, a key factor since high blood pressure is a leading cause of death cause and consequence of kidney disease. And what about blood sugar? Well, watermelon seeds have a low glycemic impact, which means they don't cause sudden spikes in blood sugar levels. This is especially beneficial for those managing diabetes alongside kidney disease, helping maintain steadier blood sugar control without added stress on your kidneys. So, how exactly should you include watermelon seeds in your diet? We recommend about 1 tablespoon of roasted watermelon seeds 2 to 3 times per week. They make a great snack on their own when roasted and lightly salted, but be mindful of salt intake. Too much sodium can raise blood pressure and worsen kidney problems. For a creative twist, you can grind the seeds into a fine powder and add them to smoothies or sprinkle over salads for a subtle crunch and nutritional boost. When you're shopping for watermelon seeds, look for hulled and roasted varieties. They're easier to eat and have a pleasant nutty flavor. Store them in an airtight container in a cool, dry place to keep them fresh and prevent moisture from causing spoilage. Proper storage helps maintain the quality and nutritional benefits of the seeds over time. Finally, here's a quick word of caution. While watermelon seeds are nutritious, they are also calorie-dense, so eating them in large amounts could contribute to unwanted weight gain. And as we said earlier, if you have any fluid restrictions or advanced kidney disease, it's best to check with your healthcare provider before adding watermelon seeds to your routine. And there you have it, 6 powerful seeds that can help lower creatinine levels and support your kidney health naturally. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up so it can reach more people who truly need this information. Don't forget to share it with someone you care about and make sure to subscribe for more trusted tips and guides on health and wellness. We're here to support you every step of the way.